welcome back to muzzlightyear. Now, today we're going to talk about how losing your money in crypto, and let's face it, we've all lost a lot of money in crypto right now, will mean that you will make money in the next bull market. Because here's the thing, guys, what I'm showing you now is a dashboard from one of my favorite analytics tools. It's called Crypto Stackers Pro. If you want to use it, check out the link in the description for more information. Otherwise, I'm showing to you what it looks like here, the most important charts, Bitcoin, the big daddy of them all. And when we go back, what this is showing us is that when Bitcoin is hitting the solid red band, it's at these points that it's like, you know what, things are getting a little bit hot. It might be time to take some money off the table. And when it's yellow, that's like, okay, if this is a pendulum, then this is the middle of the pendulum. And more often than not, this is probably accurately where Bitcoin should be. So it's like the mean regression. And then the bottom band is the solid green band. This is the point where like, time to go all in on Bitcoin. And what's interesting about this chart is that you can see the moments. You can see where it would have been a good time to buy Bitcoin. It would have been a bad time to buy Bitcoin. When I first got into Bitcoin, it was somewhere around, the end of 2017. And already then you can see it was hitting the dotted red line, pushing the solid red line. So what this means is that this was a high risk time to buy Bitcoin. Like it was already pumping. I didn't know that though. And here's the thing, how do you know that? How do you know when's a good time to buy Bitcoin? How do you know when's a good time to buy Ethereum? How do you know when's a good time to buy anything? This is why I love Crypto Stackers Pro. All right, because it tells me, you know what? When it goes down to green, dotted green, I probably should start dollar cost averaging in. When it goes down to solid green, okay, now it's time to go all in. It's so rare that Bitcoin hits those moments. So rare. And even if you just buy when it's dotted green, these are also great entry points as well. Now, if you're gonna make yourself rules like, well, I'm not gonna sell until my money doubles, okay, you may end up waiting a little while, but you'll get there eventually. If you look at all the times it did hit the dotted green line. But if you're a little bit more conservative, the title of this video is about, the fact that you lost your money before. How do you learn from those mistakes so you don't lose money in the next bull market? The way you do that, right, is to think of a longer time frame and not make the same mistakes you made in the past. Then those mistakes being not knowing when to buy. The second of those mistakes being not knowing when to sell. Ladies and gentlemen, this simplifies it for you, so you don't have to do any of that thinking. You can take a screenshot of this right now, and you can just look at it and see, oh, actually, had I bought at this point and sold at this point, buy it green, sell it red, I don't have to think about things. This takes a lot of, headache away from me, and in the long term, you'll see that the trend line is that Bitcoin is going up. Okay, we've known that since, it first came out in 2009. It is always trending up, right? And the only thing that's stopping Bitcoin is more trust. That's the thing that's going to increase more adoption. Trust is Bitcoin's biggest barrier to success. And there's nothing that we can do to speed up that process of getting people to trust that Bitcoin is solid. Okay, it takes time to build trust. It takes time to build trust in a person. It takes time to build trust in a company. It takes time to build trust in an asset that's so young. No wonder not a lot of people want to go all in on it. But over time, year over year, we've seen that it keeps going up. And the general rule in classical charting is that the longer the time frame, the stronger the signal. All right. You can go and you can look in at, CoinGecko or Binance or Coinbase, zoom out to as far back as it'll let you go. You can see that it's trending up and to the right. The problem is that when things are going good, and they're going really good, think like top of the market 2018, top of the market, 20, 2020 and 2021, when it's hitting these red lines, the thing is, any sense of value tends to fade away when money is no object. And money doesn't become an object when you're hitting all-time highs, when your portfolio is at all-time highs, and suddenly you're losing a sense of what value is and what is and what isn't worth for paying. You know, when things are at all-time highs, you're feeling damn good about yourself. Suddenly you're doing things you wouldn't normally have even considered. You're already planning your future retirement. You're extrapolating out in a few years' time. Okay, I'm gonna end up having this amount of money in my account if things continue the way they do. Suddenly at the weekends, you're passing by certain stores that you would never have considered going in before, and you're thinking to yourself, yeah, Gucci actually isn't that expensive. Only costs like, 1 ETH. I have lots of ETH. This is the thing. Any sense of value tends to fade away when money is no object. Okay? Perhaps the only way to savor the richness of life is to experience being poor. I hate to say it, but those people who have been through the bear markets in the past are those who are set up for success in future bull markets because they've been there. Do you know what I mean? They've done it. They know what's going to come up next. And as long as they didn't get completely wrecked, even if they did get completely wrecked, there's still a chance for them to make it again. You have to learn from those mistakes in order to win. You can't just start playing the game and hit a home run at your first at bat. Some people might, but that's not normal. And it most likely isn't going to happen to you or to any one of us. But this is the beautiful thing. You've already made the mistakes. You've already lost your money in crypto, a lot of it, which means that you're less likely to make those mistakes in the next bull market. Sometimes people need to experience things themselves in order to learn. There's no better way, for example, for children to learn from something than to experience the consequences of their own choices. You can tell a child as many times as you want, don't put your hand on that stove, don't put it in the fire. You can tell them as many times as you want, they're still going to do it. But sometimes it takes the burn. It takes making that mistake just once for them to focus and realize, oh, this was not good. I am not doing that again. I'm not making those mistakes again. And for me, that's what it was in the most recent bull market. Buying into the hype of certain narratives, whether it's, Olympus DAO, for example, or, GameFi or Metaverse, like, everyone wants to be all aboard the hype train. And thankfully I didn't get involved in things like Shiba Inu and Doge as well when Elon Musk was on Saturday Night Live. And then the mess that was, Luna and, how everything in UST came crashing down was supposed to be safe. Like, it sucks. I know it sucks. You've lost money. I've lost money. But that's not a reason to not use that to your advantage. You've made those mistakes now. Don't make the same mistakes again. And because you've been through that, it means you're more likely to succeed next time than someone who hasn't been through it. The price that you paid to learn those lessons is the money that you lost. You've already paid that price. You don't have to pay again for that lesson. It's already been paid. That's the beautiful thing about it. So now it's time to focus on what your new target is, because the goals that you set in the previous uh, bull market, perhaps it didn't sit you right. Perhaps you were too ambitious. Perhaps you were too gung ho, too YOLO. Okay, time to focus, time to reassess. What was it that I did wrong in the previous bull market where I lost a lot of money that I can take with me now to the next bull market? Because rest assured, we all know the next bull market is coming. It's coming. The chart is always trending up and to the right. Trust is only going to get built more and more. And now that Ethereum had a successful merge as well as proof of stake, we're ready to go. If it wasn't for the macro environment, we would be already pumping right now. But that's okay. This gives us an opportunity. Okay, and using a chart like this on Crypto Strikers Pro, and when you scroll down, you can go and you can see. That's the beautiful thing about it. You can see lots of different crypto on it as well. So, for example, let me show you guys what Ethereum looks like. Okay, and then I put on these bands. Just type in Crypto Strikers Pro to YouTube. This guy Forrest who created it, he can guide you through the process of how it works as well. He calls them easy bands. And you can zoom out and you can see it's trending up and to the right, guys. Trending up and to the right. It just takes time. It just takes time. And these are all great opportunities for entry points. And we had another one here. Imagine if you knew you had this tool and it hit this point, and it went all the way down to 1,000. It's like you're thinking to yourself, is this good? Is this a good time to buy? It could go lower. My guy, you don't need to worry about such things anymore. Crypto Strikers Pro will tell you when it's good. All right, they'll tell you when, maybe hitting over 4,000 is pretty pricey. Maybe it's time to skim some off the top, This is the beautiful thing. Losing all your money in crypto now means that you will make money in the next bull market because you will learn from those mistakes. All right? That's all I got to say for you now. If you thought this video was helpful, there's some useful lessons in here, like it, so more people can hear the message as well. If you want to hear more wisdom, timeless advice when it comes to investing, in particular in crypto, then subscribe to my channel. This is muzzlightyear. I'll see you next time.